insane. Everybody want to know my name. Yeah, here comes the glass road. Yeah, here comes the glass road.
For those of you that don't know, my life was confidence until I founded Nature's Way Wellness Center in Colorado Springs, which was a marijuana dispensary. It was a medical marijuana dispensary. I initially was going to do hydro because this guy that we knew, my brother and I knew, he had grown hydro a lot, until I met a guy who made me feel like I didn't know anything about marijuana because his marijuana was so high quality, and he terrified me because I knew he was going to put me out of business. So I wanted to create cannabis for the connoisseurs, and I think that company has been dissolved, Nature's Way, because they sucked so bad. His partners included Nick from High Country Healing. I never liked the name High Country Healing. I was really mad when Nature's Way became High Country Healing because I didn't think that it should be called High Country Healing. I thought it should be called High Country Healing Center because I didn't like the use of healing as a noun or an idea, because I wanted it to have a place. My store I always wanted to have was Mr. Happy's Ganja Emporium. No one wanted me to do Mr. Happy's because they because they wanted to not have anyone notice us. So Nick was my partner. Brian Yannick was my partner. Brian Yannick, I don't know what business he's involved in. Brian was obsessed with hydro. He probably does hydro now. I used to do business with a guy named Shane. I think my problem was that I was growing weed from seed off the internet legally, and I was dealing with Kim Dog, or like the people that had Kim Dog's plants. For those of you that don't know, Kim Dog is what OG Kush comes from. So Kim 91 is what OG Kush comes from. Dog is a different plant. No one knew that it was a different plant. There was a lie about it. And there are a lot of plants that are related to that plant, Kim, that are the foundation of most of the plants I have here. Kim 91's in Star Spangled Banner, which is up there. Kim 91 is in this OGKZ plant that's right here. Kim 91 is in my God's Gift that I'm smoking right now, which is my God's Gift better than your weed? Whose weed? Yes, it is. Like, are there people who have weed as good as me? Only if you have better genetics. And do I think that this weed, like, you will never ever complain about this weed ever? Like, do I think that, like, if you had this weed in your possession, that you would, I know there are a lot of stems in there, that you would think it's the best weed you've ever had? I think you'd probably think it's good weed. It's not on Slurricane's level, but Slurricane's gonna come in pretty soon, and it's not cured. Like, this is 6 days out. I haven't even cured it completely, but all I'm saying is that I had this company stolen from me, Nature's Way, and I think it's become Rare Dankness, and Rare Dankness apparently is famous, and I had like all my genetics stolen from me by another company called Maggie's Farm, which is not Maggie's. Maggie's just sells my plants. It's the seed company. They get it from Colorado Seed Inc. or whatever, and like they're lying about where the plants came from. Like, they came from like this mythical person who back when Pachamama was around, I wasn't even born. So, like, I'm just saying, like, I'm the one who created those plants. I'm creating the next generation of plants here, and do I think my weed's going to be stronger than yours? Have I ever had Rare Dankness's weed? No. Do I know that Rare Dankness has caught the attention of people like In-House Genetics, and that those plants are bred in with Rare Dankness? Yes. I know that their weed's good enough. My brother showed me his weed. Because my brother's weed was ruined. Like, he sucked. Like, he was going out of business. He told me, I'm going out of business. I decided to try to save his business because he was going out of business. And I helped him fix his farm. And then next thing you know, he had like this incredibly potent Bruce Banner. He had potent Girl Scout cookies. He had potent Gorilla Glue. And I'm growing all those. And I'm also growing a lot of other plants. Those are the only ones he's ever showed me that were potent, like super potent. Gorilla Glue, Girl Scout cookies, Bruce Banner, and all his other weed has sucked, always. But I trained him to the point that his weed got good. And do I think his weed's as good as mine? I think it's the same level. Like, I think that, like, I've always known that certain weed, like, reaches a certain level and you can't go past it. And, like, I'm at the top. My weed's the best. Give me 10 days. And if I have weed that's not, I haven't smoked already, because I'm trying to, like, get rid of it. I'm trying to get rid of, like, I'm trying to smoke God's Gift, and you know what happens when I smoke God's Gift? Oh man, I gotta put it down twice during one bowl. And do I have to put down Maggie's weed twice during one bowl? I don't think I've ever had to put down Maggie's weed. I think that, no, I do. I have to put it down sometimes when it's new. And, but generally I don't. But I don't know, all I'm saying is that, like, I feel like it's in my head that it's more potent, but, I don't know. Like, the God's Gift's probably very similar level of potency, but it sure has made it so that I couldn't, like, do stuff. Like, I smoked it and I was like, crap, I have to go deal with these plants. I have to go drink a soda now because I don't have any caffeine in my system. All right, so when I go live on a yacht and I create a sustainable farm on a yacht in the ocean, is that good for humanity? I think so. I think that if I can figure out how to grow sustainably on a yacht, which has, like, a very limited resource, which is fresh water, then I'm a master. And I think that there are crops that, like, especially if I have a sail, like, or like a sail like structure built onto the yacht so that I can grab water from the air. I feel like there are crops that can handle it pretty well, because there is so much moisture in the air, and that's going to be the key to, like, being on the ocean out there, is capturing moisture from the air. That's why I should probably just have Jeff Bezos' yacht. Like, I mean, it's kind of crazy that I would want his sailing yacht. I guess I would probably have both of them. I need a support yacht too, and that'd be a good idea. Yeah, if Jeff Bezos wants to give me his yacht, that works out. All right, so happy Earth Day. Happy Alex is better at growing weed than you day. Because do I think that my weed's consistently good? I smoked my cheese all the way through, and it didn't smell good because it was that seedy, and, like, I would never complain about that weed. Like, it's crazy that, like, my seediest shitty weed, like, I would not complain about on the $200 shelf, even though it smells bad. Like, I'm just saying, like, I would never complain about this on the $250 shelf. And do I think that all my weed's on the $300 shelf? I think I grew a $300 shelf weed, and so, like, yeah, maybe I dropped $12,000 because I bought, like, 6 extra lights that I never used, and I bought this grow tent that I didn't barely use, and I bought all these, like, bought all this extra shit. I did drop that much money, but, like street value, like, if I'm buying it in a dispensary, which I can't, because no one grows better weed than me. Like, does anyone grow better weed than me? In Colorado, I haven't found anybody with as good a weed as me, ever. Like, I have the best weed in Colorado. By far. The last time I found weed as good as me was back in the day with the weed guru. He grew weed as strong as me. But, like, now, like, I feel like he still doesn't have weed as strong as me because, like, I am growing, like, rare genetics, and am I yielding? You guys don't understand Nitro. Nitro is, like, the biggest nightmare of a yielder. It's like the dumbest plant. It's so stupid that plant exists. Like, it's like, why do... Nitro is the future of marijuana. Nitro yields the least amount of marijuana you'll ever have in your life. But it's probably going to be very, very potent. We'll see. All I know is I'm happy with God's Gift. I didn't think it was going to be very good. And, like, I'm, like... It's stronger than any weed. Like, it's strong. It's way stronger than Pachamama. Like, but maybe I'm used to Pachamama. I don't think so. Like, I think it's way stronger than, like, anything in Maggie's. And, like, I'm comparing myself to Maggie's because Maggie's is good. Like, Maggie's is who I like. Like, I go to a lot of dispensaries. Maggie's is better. California, like, Lowell Farms, they can hang. Like, they know how to grow weed. So, like, they will. And I'm sure that my ex-girlfriend, like, when she's growing herself, she's good. Like, I don't know if, like, the people that... I think her employees don't grow as well as her, and I think that, like, that's the whole situation there is, like, you have to actually be a master yourself. Like I can talk about growing on the internet all day. You guys don't know anything about what I know about growing weed. And like, I think that like super master growers a lot of the time don't know things that other master growers know. And like, I spend more time around master growers than like anyone. And that's why my weed's so bomb. Like, I can't believe it. So yeah, if anybody thinks that like I didn't get robbed when I got robbed of nature's way, like, you are welcome to come smoke my seedy ass weed. Like, give me like 10 days, and like you will smoke my like weed that like I don't have fancy genetics on. And what you'll find out is that my weed's better than yours. But if you want to come in 2 weeks, like, I'll show you some like pretty decent yielders. This guy right here, and you're gonna be like, wait, how is that weed better than my best weed? And what I'll tell you is, like, the percentage doesn't matter if you suck, and everyone sucks, and no one gets it. Like, you can hit a high percentage in a lab test, and you suck. And like, I like trained my brother to learn that, and like, no one gets like the difference between having a conversation with me, seeing me on the internet, and constantly talking with me, and figuring out like why they suck. And all I'm saying is, like, I think my brother's a master grower now. I think he's probably not as good as me. Like, give us 2 farms and compare every single strain to one another, and have us grow a bunch of strains we don't even know when they finish, and see what happens. See who's better. My weed with seeds, I think, can hang with like pretty much any dispensary, and like my weed without seeds, it's the best. All I'm saying is, like, Mr. Happy's the best grower. I know it now. Is it because of God's gift? I think bubblegum breath kind of like it hit me pretty hard. Like, I was like, whoa, that weed's strong. But like, God's gift, like, I don't view it as a super potent strain. I view it as a tasty strain, and like, I'm not making it through the bowl. So like, God's gift is making me go, all right, like, I don't want to reload another one right now. So that's pretty much my test, is like, do I want to reload another one? I don't. Well, I probably do. I just don't want to smoke it. I keep finding like bowls that I've loaded, like I reloaded, and then I'm like, wait, I already loaded it? Oh, because I can't smoke it after I load it. It's like, oh, too stoned. So all I'm saying is that, like, that's kind of my test. Like, do I like have an urge to smoke it? No. Why? Because I'm better at growing pot than everyone, pretty much.